welcome to the Pragmatic Product Chat series, where we tackle the biggest challenges facing today's product management, product marketing, and other market and data-driven professionals with some of the best minds in the industry. I am Rebecca Calageris for Pragmatic Institute and your host for this episode. And today I am extremely excited to have on someone who I used to be very proud to call a team member, a good friend, a great community manager, a great guy, and a great singer. So if you ever get him in a meeting and you can like get him to sing, Mr. Eddie Gordon. Welcome, Eddie.
Pshaw, I think is the proper response to that. I was worried for a second you were going to say someone who I used to be very proud of.
He used to be great, guys. We're hoping it's going to come back. We'll see how this goes. No, he is amazing. And again, I still think of him as a team member, but I had the pleasure of having him on my marketing team for quite some time.
We may have to fill in the audience on the exact situation, but I still consider you a team member as well.
Yes.
Maybe would be the more appropriate response. Just briefly, for everyone, Rebecca was the marketing director who hired me years ago as the courseware designer. So incredible opportunity to work with her. And then she retired to the wilds of Maine, where she creates poultices or something in her free time. I don't know.
It's where I do other marketing and pieces, but I still get to do the podcast. And Eddie is on today because he and I are co-hosting the Future of Product Management Summit, which is going to be October 16th of this year. And it's like noon to 5 Eastern. That's where the cool people live, Eddie. And it's going to be fabulous. And it's free to attend. We've got a great lineup of people and a great experience. And so that's why we're here today.
Yeah.
So Eddie, tell a little bit about your role at Pragmatic now, since you don't do the courseware design anymore, and a little bit about sort of that relationship to this event.
Absolutely. I have the best job at the company. I say that without hesitation. So I am the community manager for the Pragmatic Alumni Community, or the PAC, if you're cool, the PAC. And what that means is that every single person who takes a Pragmatic Institute course is immediately enrolled into our online community. The online community has very quickly become the industry hub for not only networking, but for resources, for tools, for the templates, for news updates, and for specific events as far as community events, Pragmatic Institute events. And my absolute pleasure every single day is to wake up and make sure that that is all running smoothly. So I get to interact with the most incredible people who are generous and wise, who know 10 times more than I do about the product industry, and let me use them to create more incredible content for all of the other users as well. So that's why I say I have the best job at the company.
Awesome.
And as far as that relates to the upcoming summit. So I am a part of the marketing team that has been doing all of the hard work, much more hard work than me, to create this amazing upcoming summit. In the community, we are talking about the summit. We're preparing for the summit. We are advertising to register for the summit. And then we're also starting to pump up the speakers. We're starting to pump up the content that's going to be discussed, the format that it's going to be discussed in, and spreading the word throughout the product industry so that folks can take advantage of this incredible resource that's coming up very quick.
I know last year we had 2,500 registrants, and I suspect this year we might even do more. So it's going to be great.
We are already on track to beat that. The number was going up this morning, and I don't have it directly in front of me, but yes, we will far surpass that. Awesome. I'm confident.
And then, so I also think one of the roles the community played in this is, as we were building the agenda for the Future of Product Management Summit, and obviously there were many people building this, right? But one of the things they really pulled from were, what are the conversations that are most common, most popular, most happening in the community, right? What are those conversations that are coming up organically? And let's make sure that we're touching on those, which is a place I know you have lots of insights, Eddie, in terms of
I do.
What is it? What is the most common ones?
Well, you've got your good old standbys. First and foremost, implementation is a huge one. Folks come out of the Pragmatic Institute courses on fire. They very often talk about these light bulb moments, these revolutionary moments in the class where they realize, oh my goodness, this is how the product industry should have been running the whole time. I'm going to go back to my office and we're going to implement all of this. And then they get there and sometimes reality gets in the way. The people that weren't in the course aren't bought in yet, or they can't get buy-in from their stakeholders yet, or they just don't know where to start because there's so much that needs to be done. So implementation is always a huge discussion topic. We have an entire discussion group dedicated just to implementation. So that is a big one. But more and more, and I think this will come as a surprise to no one, the topic of artificial intelligence, specifically in the product industry, is dominating discussions in the online community, in the pack. And that is not, I mean, there are so many different emotions that you could feel about that. Some people are scared, understandably. Some people are thrilled. Some people are eating this up and using it every chance they get and eager to talk about it, eager to tell other people how to use it and how to make the most of it in the product industry. We have an entire discussion group related to AI in the product industry, and it is by far the most active. It has the most members. It has the most discussion posts coming in every single day. So that, I would say, is absolutely the topic in the Pragmatic alumni community for the past good while, and I think it's gonna continue.
I don't think
for
it's
a bit
going
more.
anywhere. Just
Spoiler
alert. It's not a fad. I think that's why we were so thrilled to really land Teresa Torres as the sort of keynote speaker for this event. She's an amazing author. She's a speaker. She's a product discovery coach. And I love just even the title of her presentation, right? AI changes everything and nothing at all.
Beautifully contradictive.
Right? But
so
true.
I adore it.
Right? Because there is so much hype and there's reality and there's so many opportunities and all those things feel different, but the principles have to stay the same or you get failure. And that's a lot of what she's going to talk about, right? Is that everyone is racing to add features, but in that racing, if they're not holding on to the foundations that are so important in product, what we're just seeing is a ton of products fail. AI slop, as she calls them, which I think is a fabulous thing.
AI slop. There's another less couth term that I know you could throw out. I don't know what the rating is of our podcast officially, but
don't make me put a warning on this episode, Eddie.
The thing that I love so much about Teresa's approach is that she is so practical. She and very much in line with the pragmatic coursework, with the methodology. She is, dare I say it, very pragmatic in her approach, in that she's constantly taking us back to, hold on a second, what are we doing? Who are we doing it for? And why are we doing it? Which aligns so well with, the pragmatic mantra. What problem are we trying to solve? Who is our market exactly? Are we creating something that people actually want to buy? And Teresa's message aligns so well with that. She's just an absolutely perfect fit for our audience, and they're going to eat it up, I think.
I know. And one of the things that she's, is going to talk about is kind of some of the hard truths here. And not only do I think there are things that some of us need to hear, but I think there are things we have to give back in the organizations we work with sometimes. We need to reflect back those hard truths for some people who are maybe who are forgetting the realities, right? They are bought into the hype and forgetting some of the realities. So I think her conversation is going to help us as we have to reflect back some of those warnings internally. And it's also really interesting when we think about AI and the expenses. There was a really recent study from MIT Media Lab that came out that said that 95%, Eddie, organizations have seen no measurable return of investment in their in these technologies.
I felt like you were reprimanding me.
I
didn't do it.
He's one of them. No, I'm just kidding. And some people can argue ROI takes a while, but that's a scary number not to be able to really see.
You say I didn't do it. I would be no. I would be lying if I said I didn't. I wasn't trying. I'm right there.
Yeah,
I'm as interested in the topic as anybody else. I try it. I see what it does. But I absolutely see her point, and especially the point of was it the article that you were just talking about, the 93% not seeing the ROI. The incredible point that article made for me was that so often one person in a company using AI to create content and pass it on to their coworkers is passing on the effort to the coworkers.
Yeah.
So the effort that should have been put forward up front to make sure that some message is in line, makes sense, actually is actionable, that effort is simply transferred to the person receiving the message, who then needs to go through the effort of decoding the message, trying to figure out, why did I even get this? What is it trying to tell me to do? Oh, hold on a second. Was this AI? Oh, now what do I do? How do I confront my coworker about whether or not this was actually written by a human? And all of that effort is lost that could have been spent on something more productive. That's a big deal, and probably an issue that the prophets of AI did not see coming down the line, something that we only notice in the trenches here.
Right? If you didn't spend the time to add to really to add the human element, the context, the intelligence to the work the AI did, then all you're just passing on the problem to someone else. And not only is it the rework time that you talk about, it's that relationship piece. Like, what do you think of me going forward if you're like, I don't know what I'm going to get from her? It could just be what ChatGPT spit out. That's not awesome, right? Like, it does not make a great reputation, and it is a big cost.
She sure increased her emoji usage in her emails to me. I have to point that out.
Can I just a little side note here real quick, though? I have traditionally been a big M- user. I think they're
Same.
And this
I hate it.
Kills me. It kills
I hate
me
it.
that I'm not supposed to use them anymore because they're like, oh, because now I can tell AI. Like, but they didn't. And it's a really good punctuation.
And Rebecca, you know, I will always be a graphic designer at heart. I know the difference between an M dash, an N dash, and a hyphen, and I use them appropriately. And now I can't use any of them, or people think I'm a robot.
I know.
It's awful.
It's very sick.
It's
Okay,
awful.
side note. But all right, so Teresa's going to be amazing. But we also have an instructor panel that's going to be talking about AI and really on the product strategy side, right? And so we've got Dan Corbin, Amy Graham, Will Scott. That's a lot of strong IQ product expertise in one space.
Oh, just strong IQs in general.
Yes.
I think we can say that. These are smart folks. Absolutely. Now, the thing that I appreciate so much about this particular set of our instructors, you know, they've got a day job, right? These folks are hardworking teachers at heart.
Yeah.
They are knowledgeable in the product industry. They know our pragmatic courses inside and out. They're constantly working to keep those updated, timely, and relevant. Their expertise in AI, and specifically application of AI to the product industry, is a labor of love on their part. They took this on because they were interested in it. They saw potential. And now they are at near obsessive levels of understanding. And I'll tell you, I depend on these folks more for updates on the abilities of AI than I do any other news source, because they are literally on the bleeding edge of what it can do, not just for anybody anywhere in the world, but specifically what it can do for our industry as well. This is going to be a cool panel.
Yeah. And you know, you're going to leave with like, oh, I can do this tomorrow. Like little tips. They always get, every time I talk to them, they're like, do you know what I did today? I'm like, no, but tell me, because then I will use that. Love that. All right. So we have the 2 AI, right? So we've got our events, we've got the 2 AI, the keynote and the panel. And then what I love is that you talk about implementation being a big thing in the community, right? But like when we talk about implementation, it's sort of like from end to end, right? Like what should I build to how do I market it to all this? And so you guys, like we really put together something that talks about all 3 parts. Alignment, both executive and team alignment, because that you just need, right? That's the hard thing. Like you said, some people went to the courses and some people didn't. Some people understand what the market is and some people don't. So there is this need for alignment no matter where you are. And then we've got a couple others that come in there too. So now that I've just hinted at them, we'll dive into each one. How about that?
Sure. Let's do it.
Now that I'm giving away all the goodies. But Hope Curian, she's amazing. Product leader, Fearless Product. So what she's talking about is why is that so difficult to achieve alignment? And I think it's not AI sexy, but it is probably the biggest obstacle and issue that we face in product, period, because there is nothing as a product manager or product marketer that you can do alone.
Yeah, I don't want to call it anti-AI, but I mean that topic is about soft skills. It's about persons talking to persons, which you can't do if you have this veneer of polish in front of you. That requires people to be genuine with each other. It requires people to understand goals and abilities. So she's going to be fantastic at that one, and really a beautiful counterweight, I think, to what will be an intense discussion on AI.
I agree, because I think one of the things she talks about, sometimes we think alignment is getting that quick yes, but we all know sometimes that quick yes is like, sure, Eddie, that sounds great, right? Like it's not realistic at all. And she really talks about how do I like surface the assumptions and the hidden things to make sure that when we agree, we really know what we're agreeing to and that there's true alignment. And I think that is, you might call it a soft skill, but it's a power skill and such necessary one. Yeah. So that one's going to be amazing. Sure. Plus, in all of these, you get to see Eddie and I as hosts. I mean, like let's not forget that.
Don't scare the people away, Rebecca.
They were like ready.
Let's talk more about
they're about to
the
click
knowledgeable
to register,
people.
And then they're like, you know what? I hear enough of Rebecca already. Thanks. But you don't get enough Eddie. And then we have Matt LeMay, who is a product consultant and advisor, right? And he's going to be talking about impact first product teams, I believe. Yes?
Yeah, intriguing. Impact first product teams. I'm intrigued to hear where this goes. It seems like it's going to be right in line with the pragmatic mantra. What problem are we trying to solve here? It's going to align perfectly with that message. So I'm excited. I don't know much more about his particular presentation, so that'll be a cool one.
Yeah, I know he often talks about impact, both from yes, there's the customer impact, but there's also the business impact. And like that is a reality. We want products customers love, but we want products that make our company successful. Like that is part of our goal. And not only products that will, but we as product people also need to be able to speak to that business impact. And that's both in the products we create and how we market them. Because like, again, if I can't speak to the impact, I'm not going to get the approval and I'm not going to get the budget. And therefore, I will not have the impact that I so desperately want. So,
right. Yeah. The not every problem is yours to solve field. Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So Matt is great and he's super dynamic. So he's going to be amazing. And then we're bringing it all home on, the parts that are always closest to me. You're on the right side. You're thinking go to market with Tamara Graminsky, who is a product marketing leader and founder of PMM Camp.
PMM. We spend a lot of effort in the community making sure that we balance between our PM and our PMM folks. It's very important to remember that, the job doesn't stop when we've made a cool thing, right? There's a whole nother side of the pragmatic framework where we make sure that we're taking that really cool thing and we are selling it to the right people at the right place in the right time and speaking the right language as we do so. So Tamara is going to be the expert in the room on that. And I'm excited to hear what she has to say. There's definitely going to be a huge portion of our audience that is coming just for that and just for her.
Well, and I also think that it's nice because when we think about positioning, sometimes we did an ebook on this recently, that there's like a power struggle over who owns positioning. I think one of her main points is like, that's no. Right? Positioning is not only like it's a place of alignment. That is no one's own it. It is where one of those places we align, which again, kind of a through line from everything with Hope and even Matt's, lining to business impact is like AI and alignment is a really nice throughput on these, I think, for what we want to do.
Yeah. So, I mean, as you pointed out there, the speaker set covers the process from the beginning to the end. Everyone in the product industry, no matter what their title is going to find good advice to take back specifically to their desk.
Yeah.
If they're even leaving their desks. We haven't addressed that yet.
Right, yeah.
This is an online conference,
do it in
right?
your
They're not going to
jammies.
leave their desks.
Yeah. And I was going to just touch on it because like, okay, so it's noon to 5 Eastern. But a couple of things I love about it, right? Like, again, it's virtual, so you can do it in your jams. But also the way it's set up, and you guys did this last year, and I'm not going to lie, I was a little skeptical. I'm like, is that enough time, people?
Were you now?
I was, but I was wrong. That's okay. Having 30-minute sessions with 15-minute live Q&As, right? Really then, it's just so interactive, right? And you have all these people in the chat as well. It doesn't feel like you're alone and people are talking at you while you're, checking your email over here. It was so much more immersive than I could have expected.
Yeah, it absolutely will be. There was some discussion early on about should we, just for emergency's sake, should we have folks record their keynote presentations in advance? And here's a little inside baseball. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this yet, but Teresa definitely said, "Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm doing it live or nothing. It's going to be live, people."
Yeah.
So yes, engaging, yes, live, and it won't feel as long as the numbers would tell you that it is.
So when only I'm hosting, because Eddie's gone, you'll know why. No, but I mean, it is. It's about like we're here live, right? If I don't want you, I want it live. I want to interact, and I think the Q&A is also sometimes like, and these when they're really good presenters and speakers like this, the Q&A is so tight, right? It's so it's such a ping pong of ideas that grow on each other that I think it's some of the most exciting parts of the piece.
It will be. I have to say, on the occasions that I get to facilitate the webinars, the Q&A is always my favorite part. I absolutely love because you get this real-time feedback. What are the people actually hearing from the presentation? What are they taking away? What are they missing? Every once in a while, if you get several questions on some point that was said in the presentation, it's a great opportunity to say, hey, can we clarify this thing? Folks are still hungry for some more. So absolutely love Q&A sessions. And these are going to be cool.
And I actually think our chats, even in our webinars, I've had the pleasure of hosting a few webinars recently. The chats are strong, right? I mean, because we are bringing peers. Right. These are a lot of people. I mean, we have definitely some early entrants, but a lot of the people, the majority of the people have been in product for several years, some for decades. So they bring real questions, but also real perspectives to these conversations. That means that not only do you have the 7 experts that we just talked about, but you have a whole community of peers, which is what you see all the time in your community, to provide feedback and insights and like, oh man, I did this and it actually worked. Not theoretical, 100%. But actual.
And I mentioned that at the top too, the nature of our audience. They are well-informed, they are intelligent, they are experienced, and they are generous. And those things combined makes for such an incredible resource to newcomers to the audience and to each other. It is this beautiful symbiotic relationship of experience and generosity that just makes interacting with this industry so wonderful.
I remember when we were first starting the community, which was, 6 years ago.
Yeah.
One of the things that we had to balance, we had many givers, right? Everyone who really wanted to be about it at first was just really excited to give, to be a mentor, to give feedback, to provide, help people miss the pitfalls. And it's still that way. But, those people also have questions. But it's so interesting and neat to see because they're just passionate. Being in product management and product marketing are the best professions in the world, but they are hard, they are undefined, and it's good to have that tribe of people to help you be like, okay, I am not crazy.
You're 100% right. 100%. I've always wanted to try blacksmith, but I'll take community manager for the product industry any day.
Blacksmith could be its own kind of cool. Lumberjack, I would just be hurt. All right. Okay. So we're doing this virtually, right? There's chats, there's live Q&A, there are live presenters.
Yeah. Let's talk about the format. So this is a different platform. We did it last year. This year is a different platform. It is actually Zoom events. The folks at Zoom, shout out to them. They have done an incredible job of finding the assets and the benefits of an in-person conference and doing their best to replicate those in the online format. So, you've got ways to network. You've got ways to reach out directly to the speakers and the instructors. You've got ways to promote yourself and your own industry and your own company. All of these sort of virtual ways to interact in ways that you would have done were this an in-person event. Now, all that said, they also are taking advantage of the specific opportunities of an online conference as well. So there are absolutely things that you can do while you are sitting in front of these amazing machines, windows to the world that are completely interactive, that you could not do if you were sitting in a big conference hall someplace else. So that means you're going to get real-time updates, polls. You'll be able to download the tools and the resources mentioned by the speakers at the click of a button.
Oh, I love that.
This amazing opportunity that an online forum offers that you would not get were this in person. And as you mentioned, you can do it in your jammies as well, which I will not do that.
I will also not be in my jammies. We will not be hosting in our jammies. I will also not be there like in the, Oscars gown. It'll be somewhere in between. But
I'll wear the Oscars gown. How about that?
Fabulous.
That'll be great.
One of the other things about the conference that not only are we going to be talking about the future of product, but we're also, as attendees and participants, kind of shaping the future of product, right? Like there's an opportunity to give insights, to share opinions, to provide inputs that are going to shape the future of product, and really also some of the research and reports that are coming out soon from us.
Right. You're probably speaking specifically of the Pragmatic Institute industry report that we've released, that has been released to great aplomb in the past. All of that information is sourced from the industry, but our specific audience, the audience for this summit, the audience in the community, is where that starts. Those are folks that we already know are anxious to share, that have the experience that we want to hear about. And so during the summit, they will have the first opportunity to begin contributing to what will become those reports, those industry reports that Pragmatic releases that so generously. And that's exciting. I mean, to get to feel like not only are you learning about your own industry, but you're giving feedback on what your experience has been that is going to be collated into this report that will influence the industry as well. Yeah. So you're not just an audience, you are contributors as well.
Absolutely. All right. So, October 16th, that's the day you should show up. You can register online. It is free, pragmaticinstitute.com/conference. Eddie, what are you most looking forward to from the event?
I'm most looking forward to co-hosting with my good friend, Rebecca. That's what I'm most looking forward to. But to expand on that, and I've touched on this several times already, our alumni, our audience, our Pragmatic alumni community that will be in attendance are just some of the coolest people in the world. And this is an opportunity not just to sit and listen to amazing professionals with awesome input, but to mix and to mingle and to make new friends and to network with some of the coolest people in the best industry, the industry that loves solving problems in the world. I mean, how do you get better than that, right? So that's what I am looking forward to.
Yeah, very similar. I'm looking forward to just the energy that I know is going to be there when we get all of these passionate people. We're sparking ideas. We're sharing insights. Like, I love that sort of energy that when you leave, you feel energy to energize. Sounds like not the most special turn of frame.
I'll accept it.
Thank you.
I'll accept it.
Yes, but you really do feel energized. And with that energy and with some of the I know the tools we're going to give, it's going to accelerate things. We're going to see just not like, oh, that was a great session, but oh, that was a great session. And right away, I could do things differently. I could change the way we're aligning. I could think about AI and have different AI conversations than I could. And that really will, that carries that energy forward. It helps me like accelerate the things that I'm really passionate about.
It will absolutely happen. And we'll be talking about just that in the Pragmatic Alumni Community after the summit as well. We'll do recaps in there.
Oscar post show back there.
The post, the party. It's the post show party is what it'll be. Oh yeah, it's exclusive.
I love that.
You're kind of a big deal if you get access to that one. But yeah, we'll be digesting there. We'll be releasing even further resources because, as always, we discover more things. Oh, that would be a cool resource because it happened live and in the moment. Well, we'll release it in the community. So lots more post-show fun to happen in the community after the summit too.
Awesome. All right, Eddie, this was amazing. Thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. And I will talk to you before October 16th, of course, but I am very much looking forward to hosting this with you.
So am I.
All right, everyone, that does it for today's episode. Thanks for listening. And don't forget to join us next week when we tackle another great topic designed to help you elevate your product, your company, and your career.